Hello my friends on YouTube. Today a different video because I wanted to do a little channel update and some shout outs and some thank yous and a few words of remembrance for my father. And I think I'll start out by talking a little bit about YouTube. Some of you might know, some of you might not know, but YouTube has decided to change the rules so that in the future you have to have 1,000 subscribers and at least 4,000 hours of views to be monetized on YouTube. And what does it mean to be monetized? It means that you have the opportunity to turn on some ads on your channel. And well, they're gonna implement this on the 1st of February, and after that small channels like mine won't be able to monetize videos anymore. You and I even can say, is that a big problem? Not really, because well, I didn't make that much money. It's not something that's going to make me rich in any way. I think that since I started my channel, I gathered around 10-15 euro or dollars, so it's not something that made me rich, but it was for me a way maybe someday to pay a knife or pay some shipping or something for some presents or whatever, but that's not going to be an option. I don't think I'm able to gather 1,000 subs or 4,000 hours of views in the last, what is it today, the 26th, the last 4 or 5 days of January, so I won't even try. So from this day I demonetize all my videos, and I find ads quite annoying, and it's not a big deal for me. I guess some of you find them quite annoying as well, and since I make, I don't know, about 25 cents or something a video for ads, it doesn't make that much of a difference for me. At the same time, I have to say that YouTube's policies on this, well, YouTube want to be television, and I can only ask YouTube, why do you think everyone is leaving television these days, and going among others for YouTube? So I really think this is a bad decision, and not the least because it's not about the money, to be honest. It's about respect. It's about talking about the 95% of the YouTubers, and that's small channels, are what makes the backbone or the salt of the earth of YouTube. We are helping get people into the shop, so to speak, and we are what makes YouTube a diverse and interesting place. And YouTube calls us bad actors. That's their phrase, and well, maybe we are. I don't consider myself the best YouTuber in the world, and I don't consider that I should be paid an enormous amount of money, but I like sort of to be respected a little bit, because I'm part of this community as well. Enough of that. That was a bit of a rant. What I do, as I said to you, I'm going to demonetize all my videos. I know there's only 4 days before they are demonetized anyway, but this way it's my choice when I demonetize. And I'm even considering installing an ad blocker so that I won't be bothered by ads. I know it's ad driven, but that's the way YouTube choose to act, and that's the way I choose to respond. You can do whatever you want, and I think that's the way I'm gonna go. Um, Not much else to say about that. It's a bit sad, but YouTube wants to be television, as I said, and they can face the consequences and maybe be obliterated by those decisions as well. I don't really care. The next thing I want to do, and you can see the knives are already in the frame as well as flashlight. The knives, I want to do a shout out and a thank you for Stasa23. Nick sent me 3 knives. Thank you ever so much, Nick. Stasa, that was very, very nice of you. And this means equally much to me, a homemade pouch for these knives. I am happy about the whole thing. Very shortly, it's a Ruger CRKT, not the most common CRKT, and I was quite surprised that this CRKT, even the serrated blade, which is not my favorite, but I can appreciate that it is immensely sharp, as my finger already can tell you. So perhaps I can be persuaded otherwise. And what I have to tell you, this, I think it's on washers. I haven't researched it much yet, but this is about the smoothest knife I've ever had on washers. And to think that this came from CRKT, that's amazing. I think the closest thing to this is the CRKT Shenanigan, Hootenanny, and this is very special. Even some skeletonized and heavily milled handle in aluminum. A very, very nice knife, and it looks uncomfortable, but it actually isn't. It lies very comfortable in hand. Well, this was not a review, so I'll stop there. The next one was Kershaw Entropy, an assisted knife, which actually can be de-assisted, and I better say in this video that it is de-assisted, because I'm not sure if, and I'm not even sure if the lawmakers in this country know if this is legal or not. Very difficult to tell from the laws here, but it can be de-assisted, and let's just say I did that. Well, the last one, a little bit doubtful. It's a Lion Steel, it says so. To be honest, Stasa told me that this is probably a clone or something, but it is a very, very nicely built knife. I have no doubt that the handle is titanium. It says LMAX on the blade, which is a very, very top or high-end steel. I will try to test that with my sharpening tools and see how tough it is to sharpen. But it is definitely, even being titanium, and normally my titanium knives would not be the most used, but this one will definitely be a beater, because well, to be honest, I think it's a sort of a homage or clone knife. But it's always nice to have a good tool anyway. And I have to say once again, Stasa, thank you so much. It means the world to me. Not just that you sent me a present, but also the thought. That is very, very nice of you. And then I got a present from my friend Marcus of the Wear and Tear channel. He is an Austrian guy who has a channel in English and speaks very, very fine and clear English. Everyone should be able to understand what he says. I had very little knowledge of flashlights, and out of the blue he just says to me, give me your address and I'll send you a nice light. And then I got this one, and it is, to be honest, a beast of a light. I really, really like it. Thank you ever so much, Marcus. I appreciate it so much. the thought. Let's leave them in the frame so we still have something nice to look at. The last thing, just before I finish this, I'll leave the links for markers for wear and tear and for Starsaturn 23 in my description, so that you can find them. They have very nice channels, both of them, and I like their channels quite much. That's it. The last thing, a few words in memory of my father, who passed away 3 days ago. My father and I had sometimes a bit, we had different views on a lot of things, but in the end, the people that shape you most are your parents, and I got a little something from my father, and I got not least something from my mother, and for better or for worse, he was my dad, and I take comfort in the knowledge that he's sitting somewhere having a big political argument with whoever he's together with, and I hope he sort of gets a better life there than he ended up having on Earth. He was 92 and very sick, so well, as they say, at least in my country, sometimes it's for the better, and I think it was, but still, he was my father. I have some good childhood memories and so on, so rest in peace, Dad, wherever you are. This was it for now. I hope you have a wonderful day, evening, whatever it is in your country, and I promise we'll go back to the normal live reviewing and perhaps a few flashlight reviews in the future. But I have a few knives in the backlog I have to review soon, and I'm sort of back after a bit of a break. I want to start doing my reviews again, and I have a few knives lined up. So, well, bye bye.